Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about a little bit about mental health and a little bit about perspective. So I'm going to start off by telling you guys a story. I had a friend years ago, and whenever he wanted to go out to party with his friends, he would say to his wife, "Oh, honey, you look tired." And within usually a half an hour to 45 minutes, she was fast asleep, and he'd go out and party with his friends um, because she believed what he was saying. Now, when it comes to mental health, it really is about our perspective. If we create our reality with our thoughts and what we believe, we have to be very, very careful what we allow into that realm, um, because we can be um, guided in the wrong direction for many, many things. And if you believe it, so it shall be, right? That's how powerful we are. We are creators. So this is why I don't listen to a lot of, I don't listen to any news, radio stations, mainstream media. I'm very selective on the music that I put into my ears and into my heart, because all of these things have a huge effect on us. Our words are hugely powerful. So, um, a lot of people that are gifted um, have been labeled with different things. They've been labeled with bipolar, they've been labeled with schizophrenia, they've been labeled with depression. They've had all these labels put on them. Now, realizing when you look back in history that none of these labels even existed, these are words created. Not only are they words created, but they're words created with meaning that have been put with that word. And a lot of people have an embarrassment when they get labeled with these words, whether it's ADHD or um, autism or any of these words. All of these words, or I call them labels, they come with a whole baggage of stuff. And the worst part about it is probably 80% of them are excuses for not to try to change it. They give us excuses for not to want to try. Oh, um, oh, I lashed out on so and so, but that's because I have this, or um, I don't know, I did something and it's because I have this label. All of these are beliefs and perspectives, right, on what we've been told by, again, you go to a doctor and he's in a white coat and you have this belief that he's gone through all this education and that he really cares, and he's there for betterment. Not saying all doctors are bad, but there's a lot of doctors that their pad to write you a prescription, that's all they really know. Oh, you got this, you need this. You got this, you need this. And again, remembering that pharmaceuticals are synthetics. They're not bioavailable for our body. They are a band-aid. They are not a solution. So um, we can use our minds to create whatever we want. Um, as long as we believe it in our hearts and our minds, so it shall be. So it's like, okay, so you want to go and buy a vehicle. When you have that mindset that you've put something into your mind that you want a vehicle. You have visuals or ideas of what you want. You want it to be a blue pickup truck or a white minivan or whatever. And all of your energy is sent to that thing that you want, that thing that you need. You think about it all the time, you're looking for it all the time until you receive that item, until you get that item, and then you let it go because you've got it. And we don't realize that it's actually us doing it. Um, if you believe you're going to get an awesome car that's going to last you for 20 years, that's what you're going to get. If you believe, oh, I'm just buying a junker until I have more money, it's probably going to give you a lot of pain in the butt, right? Again, because it's all in what we perceive, what we believe, and sorry, very distracted by the eagles today. They're aplenty today. Um, Now we can do things to help ourselves without pharmaceuticals and without these labels, to make ourselves not stand out so much. A lot of people are really gifted, whether it's being telepathic or um, there's many, many, many different gifts that we have that over the years have been pushed aside and relabeled as problems when they're not really problems. So there's things that we can do to help ourselves. We can ground, we can spend more time outside in nature, we can meditate, and which meditation brings manifestation. But the most important part of all of that is to believe in yourself. We are of God. We are all God's children. We all have these amazing, wonderful abilities, and we have to be careful on how we perceive them. If you perceive it as a negative, it's going to play out as a negative in your life. Um, Sorry, I just want to get this right. So, and also, the number one thing to all of this is loving yourself. When you love yourself, it brings confidence, it brings gratitude, it brings um, so many different things. Um, Again, when you love yourself, the ego, you can just ditch the ego because it's not necessary. Our ego will make us do ridiculous things, say ridiculous things, um, all because of the ego. And when you love yourself, the ego, it kind of doesn't exist anymore. It just goes away, and you are who you are, and you love yourself. You love everything about yourself. So it doesn't matter. You don't need the ego anymore. And it's the best thing to get rid of. Um, when we truly put ourselves first and truly love ourselves, that's when the real creating starts. That's when the real manifesting starts. Um, it's all a mindset, right? Basically, you have to take um, all of these things and these labels and these excuses, and you have to delete, or was it alt control alt delete? You have to get rid of them all, and you have to give yourself new information, reprogram your brain to know that we are all unique, we are all wonderful, we all have abilities, um, and embrace them. Like, be who you are. um, don't take medication to quell yourself. They give Ritalin to children that are too hyper. Well, where did the word hyper come from? Some people have more energy than others, and that's plain and simple. All the sugar in everything that's on the market now can cause anyone to be hyper, whether you're young, old, it doesn't matter. If you ingest too much sugar, white sugar is so bad for us, it causes so much inner turmoil in our bodies, causes confusion. Um, yeah, and then when you start to believe in yourself and create for yourself, your energy changes, your frequency changes. And remember that grounding, when you put your feet on the ground, it happens just like that. It puts your body into an automatic state of healing. It happens so fast that scientifically they can't even measure it. They don't know how it happens. It's just, it happens. So remember that. Like, when you're meditating, when you're not feeling well, go outside and put your feet on the ground, lay on the ground. Um, don't be afraid. Like, don't be afraid of dirt. Dirt is good, it is of the earth. It has been created for us. Um, I really just want people to start believing in themselves. Take your life into your hands. You take control. If a doctor says to me, okay, if I go to a doctor and I say, I'm feeling kind of bummed and blah, blah, and they're like, oh, you're depressed, take these pills, and You go back and you're like, I don't like those pills. They don't make me feel good. I'm not feeling any better. And they say, okay, well, your next option is to go and jump off a bridge. Are you going to go do it? You know, like, are you going to go do it? Or are you going to take that into your own hands and say, you know what? I think some people need to spend more time by themselves, just in solitude. Let your mind give you the thoughts. When bad thoughts come up, you know, acknowledge those thoughts. Tell yourself, those thoughts no longer serve me. This is what I think now. And change your whole way of thinking. Know that you're great. Know that you're capable. Know that you're unique and that we're all talented, gifted, children of God. Take your life into your own hands. Be your hero. Be your own hero. Love yourself. So I know it's kind of odd conversation. A lot of people are really not going to like what I'm saying, and I understand that. I was on pharmaceuticals for years before I realized that they weren't helping me. They were keeping me in that state. They weren't letting me express myself. They weren't letting me enjoy every little moment. Instead of looking at the tree, look at the leaves on the tree, look at the birds in the tree, hear the birds, hear the wind. Embrace life. Know that every single day is going to get better. You know, basically, you got to brainwash yourself. You got to brainwash yourself into where you want it to be. So, and that's how this whole YouTube channel started with me. I was so amazed by medicinals and how much better my health was and my mindset and everything through providing these good nutrients and minerals to my body that were bioavailable for me. Um, it's changed so much in my life. You know, just like eating, I eat one meal a day. Now, when I prepare that meal, I prepare it with so much love and knowing that I'm providing nutrients for my body and energy for my body. I look at that meal and I, I really put my heart into it. So when it goes into my body, it's getting all that love. We don't really need to eat 3 meals a day. It's a lot for our digestive system to process all that. You know, I mean, there's other ways of getting energy. There's ginger, there's teas, there's all sorts of things. A lot of people are on weight loss journeys. You know, they're exercising and they're doing all this. It's still going to come down to your mindset. Do you believe? Um, it makes me think of Nemo 504. He believes. He believes. You can tell with his words, with his energy, and he's doing it, right? Because he believes, because he loves himself. He wants to be healthier. All of us need to go down this path, regardless of what it is. If it's um, if we need to lose weight, if we need to change our mindset, if we're um, just stuck in all these ruts of labels and um, excuses to hold us back. Just say F it to all of it and be yourself, believe in yourself, love yourself, and make your world amazing. So I hope this isn't too um, I don't even know the words. I hope that this doesn't offend anyone. I know a lot of people really count on their doctors. They hold them in high regards. They cherish their medications and they truly believe that that is what's helping them um, stay healthier. Um, but to really get on top of it, just put yourself into your hands and be your own hero. So I thank you so much for coming by my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you really something to think about. We are so magnificent and unique and powerful, and we should not be quelled. Not quelled through labels, not quelled through excuses, and not quelled through expectations of others. So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming by my channel. I love you guys. Bye-bye.